Ladies and gentlemen, what's good, y'all? It's the Chillmeister Chris Gary, and of course, I speak you from Poland, and I've seen the Mr. Burley from Colorado Springs, particularly very special, special mention of my audience. We are here to talk about war. Up not weekend, but on weekend, as in less than a week from now, August 11th or August 10th if you live in Central. Now, war will take place from. Hold on, let me go ahead and see. I'm already doing research right off the damn bat. It's like doing research about this stuff. So, Ron 54 is taking on a day. I believe it's taking place on August 11th. Taking place live. Toyota in Tokyo City. Tokyo. And I really get yeah, but still, the 2054 will be taking place at the Toyota Arena. All the information is available to watch on. Like, good lord, I don't know if it's my mind. That's but can one
Yeah,
of
it's hella choppy.
y'all yourselves for a second so I can get this monologue over with? Daniel, is that you? You're gonna have to mute.
Oh yes, but the problem is that I can't hear you at all. Something interrupts the sound. Your
Uh,
voice.
okay, okay, just wondering. But still, though, like I've been trying to put over the last few damn minutes, Ryzen 54 will be taking place on a weekday, August 11th, from the Toyota Arena in Koto, Tokyo, Japan. The event will be live on Ryzen.tv at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. So, late Monday night for a lot of us here in the States. But still, though, before we get to talking about the 10 fights that are going to be taking place, and I'm only shaking my shirt because it's so damn hot in my room, but still, though, before we talk about the 10 fights that will be taking place, we got to talk about the one fight that will not be taking place on this card, and that is Kate Lotus Oyama taking on Noelle Narita. That fight was originally supposed to be set for this fight card, but Kate ended up suffering an LCS strain that took her out of action for 2 months. So, because of this, the fight between these two will be taking place at Ryzen Landmark 15, or actually Ryzen Landmark 16 in October, which will be taking place in Nagasaki, Chiba, Japan. So, yeah, that should be exciting. But still, though, this is where I now bring y'all in. Dean, as somebody who has fought his way through injury before, you know, what are your overall thoughts about this fight being taken off the card? Not just because it's the lone women's MMA fight on now two cards, but because of the fact that, it's going to be hard for one of these fighters to come back from, spraining their legs.
Yeah, that's a pretty quick turnaround. Usually, an injury like that, you're out for a little bit longer. So, I don't know, man. I don't love it, but yeah, we'll still get the fight. It's a good fight, that division's doing big things this year. Did you talk about why it's on a Tuesday? Is that like some holiday or some bullshit in Japan?
Yes, yes. This is the Mountain Day, Yamanohi. It's a national holiday in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that was, I mean, I was about to get through that, but yeah, I mean, it's not Golden Week or what have you, which happens in the spring, but it's a pretty storied holiday in Japan, Mountain Day or Mountain Week in this case. But still, though, please continue about the injury
Yeah.
woes.
Um. Yeah. I just think it's. I don't know. I hate when they just like delay a fight by like a week or two because it's. I don't know. I just feel like you're kind of pressuring that fighter into fighting. If they're nobody's 100%, but if you're injured, especially like a knee injury, I expect like a few months out. So I don't love it. Plus, it's a quick turnaround if she wins because she's got that tournament that's not an official tournament, but potentially another fight quickly. Um, but it just adds more intrigue. I think there's already one of the fights in that division on that show, so um, it'll be pretty interesting. How do I celebrate Mountain Day? Is there something I should eat or drink or?
Um, th- that's a good question. Actually, I don't know how they are celebrating it, but I know that everything is closed. Actually, this is the interesting tradition of the Japanese combat sports, and I would say entertainment business in Japan, that they are holding the events during the national holidays, even if it's a weekday. In Europe, we don't have anything like this. Um, so yeah, it's totally different. I would say mindset of Japanese people, especially that in July, Japan and Japanese people celebrated the day of the sea, Umi no Hi, and it was the Monday, and K1 hold an event. So yeah, they are trying to use the holidays. Sometimes they are trying to use it as much as possible. Maybe the venues are a bit cheaper. Maybe this is the factor as well.
And let me get on that. Yeah, like I said before I just unmuted myself, you're saying if the venues are a little more cheaper, I mean, could you think they would have gotten a bigger place to do this show at instead of a brand new or newish type arena like the Toyota Arena, which sports
Mm,
with the Toyota Center here in Houston or the Toyota Arena in Ontario, California, USA. But still, though, I think this venue holds like 10,000 seats, to be honest.
I think they don't want to overheat the things. They are trying to do the show in Kanto area, the capital area, and yeah, as you said before, this is a new arena. This is some kind of, I don't know how to say, the plan of Rising to open. Actually, sometimes it's not very direct, but open the brand new arenas in Japan, in all Japan, because I remember that they've been doing the shows in other very new venues. About the capacity, it's kind of 10,000 people of 10,000 seats of capacity,
Well,
and
it actually seats 11,000, and it's
11,000, yeah.
yeah, and
But
it's a basketball and volleyball arena.
mm, I think that they're trying to, not doing too much, especially that in September they are doing the stadium show and another one on New Year's Eve. So yeah, maybe this is the explanation of this.
Oh yeah, most definitely, especially considering the fact that when it comes down to what Ryzen is trying to do, I mean, they trying to make big with what little they got. They trying to do more with less, so to speak. And I think when it comes down to it, a lot of people are just underestimating Ryzen because they as oh you from four halfway through the night that, but still you got good gems going into this card, and 10 of them. Well, most of the
I
fight.
can hear you once again.
Ah, damn it! I mean, am I gonna have to just basically reset myself most of this damn thing?
Now it's okay.
Okay. But still, though, point of the matter is we got 10 fights on this card. A good chunk of them will be on the undercard. I think seven in total. And then the three fights taking place on what's supposed to be the main card. We're going to go ahead and talk about one of these three fights. Well, actually, no. We can basically just say on paper, do you think that this fight card is going to be worth watching?
Of course, this is one of the best cards on the paper this year. We know that there are very different cards, at least speaking in theory. For example, the Sendai one wasn't the most stacked in the Rising's history, but delivered as well. So here I have a high hopes, especially it's kind of short because it's only 10 fights without actual undercard like we have we are used to uh, at the majority of Rising's events. So yeah, the hopes are kind of high.
Okay. Dean, what say you? Do you think that this card could have done a lot more?
No, I'm pretty pumped for it. I like it. I feel like you got to kind of grade on a curve for regional cards. Um, it's pretty good, especially for kind of an abbreviated one. For the numbered Ryzen events that are in the ring. Ryzen 53 was one of my favorite events in a long time. That was the last one they did in the ring, and we got to see like round of the year, comeback of the year. We got to see a really emotional moment when Luis Gustavo won the title. Uh, Two of my favorite guys from that one are fighting on this show. So, yeah, again, I think on paper it's really strong, and the ones in the ring kind of always like exceed expectations a little bit. The heavyweight Grand Prix is kind of bullshit, but it is what it is, And that's we could have some sake or whatever Mountain Week tradition drink. That'd be a good one in the middle of the night. Staying up to watch Ryzen drinking. So
I mean, come to think of it, Dan. I mean, come to think of it, Dean, you're from Colorado. I'm pretty sure you probably think of drinking Coors or some shit.
yeah, some Coors Heavy.
But still, though, point
I'll
of the
get, dude. I'll get a case of the Silver Bullet for you, bro, and drink it for the
no,
heavyweight Grand Prix.
no, thanks, no. I'm not an
Uh,
alcoholic. Just saying that just to basically act like an asshole.
Yeah.
Still, though,
I'm excited. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good one.
yeah, it is gonna be a
but
good. And
but you should pay attention that as I said before, we don't have a typical undercard that is available only on YouTube, and it's almost impossible to rewatch, even if you have
Yeah.
Japanese VPN. You don't have two rounders under deep rule set, but we are starting from the international fight. We are starting from the guy who won the featherweight Grand Prix of Deep against an international opposition, Lee Kai-wen, who fought in Road to UFC. So yeah, this is
yeah,
for an opener is kind of high profile fight, and it tells a lot about heavyweight Grand Prix. I have my own theory that we should look at it like on a freak shows during the Pride days, even during the first the pandemics.
well,
If you remember, if
not
you
just
remember,
not just the pandemic, Daniel, but the first like 4 years of Rising were like full of freak show fights just to
oh
get.
yeah, actually, but what I mean actually. Uh, the thing that I remember, for example, first fights of Sudario, it was all very fast knockouts, especially that old pro wrestler. So I think that we should talk about like about freak shows, because I hope that there will be two fast knockouts, and we will go to the next bouts. And with heavyweight, I have a theory that if it's a low level, it's good to watch because it usually ends very early. If it tries to be more, athletic, high level, pretending to be a high level, it goddamn sucks.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Exactly. But, we can summarize this fight card all we want. It's just the fact that we do things a little different when it comes down to this podcast. And that means in this, we will talk about the main event first. Pretty sure this is going to be a pretty talked about main event between Yoma Akimoto, the hunter, and who's more like an angel, clever, Koike, you know, you probably of KSW. Point of the matter is that first up on the card, the main event versus Clever Koike. It's a bit of a for both fighters. Moto 5'10", 145, 12-1 record. He is 7-1 in the Rising Fight Federation. He's 20 years of age, born May the 20th, represents Japan's top team for Japan. His opponent, Clever Koike Ertz, or Koike for the more hip.
There are some problems with voice, with sound once again.
Damn. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But maybe
You're
I just
back. You're back, man. Every time he tells you, it's like 2 seconds
Yes.
later.
maybe it's just something on my end. But still though, what I'm trying to say is the particulars of these fighters. Anyways, Clever Koike, 5'10", 145 pounds. His professional MMA record is 35 wins, 9 losses, 1 draw, with 30 finishes via submission. 31 in total if you add that knockout that he had a long time ago, plus 1 no contest. He actually has a 12-3 with 1 no contest record in Rising Fighting Federation competition. He's 36 years of age, born October 16, 1989, plies his trade between American Top Team in Coconut Creek, Florida, USA, and Banzai Jiu Jitsu out of Iwate, Shizuoka, Japan, by way of Sao Bernardo do Campo, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Now, as far as the main notes for this fight, Kiyoma is 1 fight away from becoming a top contender. Would a finish over Kleber boost his seriousness for a title shot? Also, Kleber's a 2-time featherweight champion in Rising. Let's just say he beats Akimoto. How would he fare against either AJ McKee or Rajabali Shadulayev? Dean, you go first.
Wow. Yeah, this is a hell of a fight. I'm back and forth on it. Akimoto's just done so much at only 20 years old. And he had such an incredible performance in the first Ryzen, the calendar year against Patchy Mix. And it was, would they get like 15,000 people or something in that arena, just all going crazy. So it was such a cool thing. And I think that was really his coming out party. So what do you do more than that? More than that ass beating he put on Patchy Mix? If he could finish Kleber, that totally is going to get him a title shot. And it should. It should. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I wasn't really sold on him, and then the mixed performance was great, and he's still under 21. There's still some questions about him. Kleber's a kind of an underrated guy, really. He lost one of the titles, I think, on the scale. His jujitsu's phenomenal. He will pull guard a lot. He's not always looking for the takedown. I think his stand-up's a little underrated, but This one has, it could be a banger. We could see another ass beating. We could see the real breakout star come out and earn his shot at the title. Or we could see a real good back and forth scrap. It could be really exciting. Um, I'm going Akamoto to get the finish, but if Kleber got him in a submission, I wouldn't be surprised. If Kleber did win, I wouldn't hate seeing him, on the strength of a two-fight winning streak, getting a rematch for the title because his stoppage was kind of the most questionable out of all the people that the champ has run through. For you to Kubo to get a rematch, instead, I think if you're going to give it to somebody, it's got to be like the one guy that maybe it was a quick stoppage. So I'm all for it. I say this is a solid number one contender fight. I don't know how you feel, bro. If you think it's the number one contender either way.
Hard to not to agree with you because yeah, definitely, as you said before, Kyoma is on a big wave after beating up Patchy Mix. On the other hand, we have a Clever who of course had in 2025 two uh, loss streak, but his last fight against Vugar Karamov was very impressive, and I think that you know the featherweight division of Ryzen is very deep. I would say very competitive, and sometimes the one win can elevate you to the title shot contender. So one fight before title shot, like this fight. I think I'm convinced that the winner will fight Shaidulaev or Maki on New Year's Eve. But about this fight, mm, my opinion is that this fight will look um, will depend on where the fight will be going. If there will be a stand up, of course, Kyoma Kimoto is a heavy favorite, but we know how good grappler Kleber is, and we know that he can find finishing technique actually from nowhere. So I'm convinced that also Kleber will be trying to take Kyoma down, and this will be the the main X factor in this fight, and the most interesting part that transition periods between the stand up and the ground game.
I see. I see. And I mean, to be honest, wouldn't the youth versus experience factor also play into a part here? Because I mean, before, Koike has a whole lot of history. Actually, 47 fights, if I'm not mistaken. He actually a I mean, like been in Rocky for about a few years now. Opposed to Moto, who's doing this for about a few years. I mean, wouldn't that also play a factor that this is out to basically waste the old man?
You're cutting in and out a little, bro.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I, I don't know
But
what.
yes, yeah, definitely that's a big factor.
hmm I mean, I think it's probably going to be a bigger factor because you got the
You know,
time, huh?
when you will see on the previous fights of both fighters, you can easily find a fight where Kleber struggled because he had uh, to fight in the stand-up position, and there was a period of his career where he started to, I don't know how to say, prove that he isn't only a grappler, and he used to uh, go into trouble serious trouble, but somehow he was able to take fight to the ground and then finish his opponents. On the other hand, Akimoto had one fight against, I would say, uh, close the grappler that is close in the grappling skills with Kleber, with Motoya, and he lost that fight. But it was his, I think, it was his third fight in Rising, so he was very unexperienced. He was still even younger. So I think that his defensive wrestling skill set could improve during that all fights that been taking place since Motoya Clash. The thing that I wanted to say that we are not very clear about it, because when you will take a glance on the recent opponents before Patchy Mix, it was Koki Akada, Kyohei Hagiwara, Suguru, all strikers. Patchy Mix, I don't even remember if Patchy was trying to take this fight to the ground. I don't remember. I think if he tried, he was totally destroyed by the strikes. So he couldn't even give himself a chance to do it. So
I mean,
this fight will show us a lot of interesting things.
I mean, you could basically say that Kiyoma Akimoto overwhelmed Patchy Mix, and we're going to talk about Patchy Mix and what that basically meant for him. You know, when we get to talking about his fight versus Shoko Sato momentarily, but still, though, when it comes down to this fight coming up, let's just say now, if Akimoto wins this fight, and while we're opining about this, while I'm basically in the room, who would basically be the better fight for him, Shalaev or McKee?
Mm. uh, that's a
Shadalayev
okay.
would be a better matchup for him. I think when Shadalayev does get beat by, if he goes to UFC and, loses to like a top 10 or top 5 guy, I think it'll be on the feet. I think his striking defense, because he's been so aggressive and has such a good pressure, that sometimes his striking defense and like his head movement isn't like really all there. So I think who's going to get him is going to be a striker. So yeah, why not this guy, man? What a fight that would be too. That's like the biggest one I feel like would be Akimoto against just the monster shot alive if he was just on both guys on a huge streak. So that'd be sick.
Okay. And what say you, Daniel?
Uh, when I've been studying the previous fights of Rajabali, um, I think he is way too aggressive since the start of since the start of his fights, and his opponents are always surprised. And during this very first part of the fights against him, they are too busy,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the time when Shaiduayev is able to take them all to the ground. I said to myself once in a lifetime that the the part of the fight when where Shaiduayev isn't tested is when he is on his back, but nobody was able to take him on his back. So I don't think that Kyoma will try to do this as well. But the first thing about fighting in Shadow Life, it's a cold head. You don't you can't be too emotional. You can't do the sudden things. You have to make proper reactions against Shahid Life. This will be probably on the ring, the supposed fight, if both will win their fights. And Kyoma has it, I think, despite the very young age, he can dispatch Shahid Life on their feet.
Okay. And when it comes down to this match, I guess we can end off by saying who do you think is going to win this fight and why before we move on?
Yeah, I think Akamoto's going to win because he's very patient. I think he's kind of like wise beyond his years, you know? Like he doesn't fight like he's that young. He'll wait and he's kind of a sniper and I think he just knows where his bread is buttered and then that's the stand up and that's where he's going to keep it where unless Koike comes out like rolling with an Imanari roll or something. I just
Hmm.
don't see how he gets it. I guess the experience is definitely on his side. I don't know if I bet against him because there's such a glaring way, or you'd have to like hedge your bet with a clever by submission or something because he has that path. He always has that path, so you can never like count him out, like, especially against this guy. But yeah, it'll be interesting because it's going to go one of two ways, and you're not sure which way it's going to go, but one of the ways you say out loud could go completely different and make you look like an idiot.
Okay. Daniel?
My opinion is that Kiyama will win this fight. Uh, the one problem of Kleber that appeared in the micro fight is that he can be out wrestled when being taken to the ground and properly, I would say, out wrestled. Yes, Kleber couldn't do a thing from his back, so there's additional way for Akimoto to win this fight, but the most probably Kiyoma will try to maintain the fight on the feet and deal him like he dealt with Patchy Mix. That's easy.
Hmm. Well, I'm going to go ahead and complete the trifecta and say that Akimoto wins simply because of consistency, especially considering in the last four fights that he's had, basically finished just about everybody in the first two rounds. He beat up Koki Okada. Well, actually, made Koki out Kyohei Hakuhara. He knocked out Suguru Ni and he knocked out Patchy Mix. So let's might as well go ahead and continue that trend just so that he can basically better things. Am I right? I guess I take y'all silence as I'm right.
You're right.
But still, though, we can go ahead now and move on to the fight that we can also talk about now, albeit from the guy taking an L end, and Patrick Hachi No Love Mix taking on Shoko Matsumitsu Sato. First of all, the particulars. For Sato, 5'9", 134 pounds. He holds a professional MMA record of 38 wins, 17 losses, and 2 draws, with 24 wins via finish, 20 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's currently 4-2 in the Rising Fighting Federation. He's 39 years old, or about to be 39. Born August the 21st, 1987, representing fight base Toritsudai, ToritsuDai, out of Naruto, Tokushima, Japan. His opponent, the former Bellator Bantamweight World Champion, Patrick Patchy No Love Mix. 5'11", 145 and a quarter pounds. 20 wins, 4 losses, with 15 by way of submission. Well, 15 victories. He won Federation. Born August 16th, 1993. His birthday will be next week. He represents Extreme Couture, fighting out Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Buffalo, New York, U.S. Now, when it comes down to the main, this first of all, Versailles, this is third straight American opponent. He lost to Danny Sabatello before Sabatello became the world champion, and then he avenged his quest by in the first round. Would a potential over mix lead to a boost in competition and training ability? brought to Shoko? Dean, what say you?
Oh man! First off, I didn't think Patchy Mix was going back down to bantamweight,
Hmm.
so that was kind of a surprise there.
I mean, what made you think that?
He had such a brutal cut, and he attributed his losses and his flat performances to that. As well as now he's traveling internationally, whereas being out of Extreme Couture, a lot of the domestic American promotions are in the California, Vegas, things like that. Now
Mm-hmm.
he's flying all the way to Japan. Like that's a way bigger difference. That's going to be more strenuous on the body. You think if you're on the cusp of which weight class, the further you travel, you're going to go up, not down. So I was just kind of surprised to see him there. I didn't think he looked great last time out. He still kind of had that flatness to him, even up a weight class. So is he going to be the same like dominant guy we saw years ago? Because he is a lot younger than old man Sato, but
Yeah, he's 33 or about to be 33. But I get what you mean, though. He has the age advantage.
Sato's my age, bro. But I think it's going to be a grindy fight, super grindy. Maybe some exciting grappling exchanges. Maybe it won't be for everybody, but I think the hardcore grappling fans will dig it. And I think just some of those things are going to come into play, and I think Shoko Sato is going to be able to eke out the decision.
Okay, interesting. I mean, I do realize now that, he's 30, well, hey, you're 39, so yeah, more old men who know how to fight, the better. But still, try to change it and just this. The archer grappling around the world when past the card interest in anything not offensive. What does Patrick need to do for it?
Oh, you're chopping in and out, Chris.
Uh, what I'm need to do to change his fortune? Yeah, yeah.
Right now that's my turn. My voice. Okay. Shoko Sato, at his first part, let's say, in his first fights in Rising, uh, looked like very, let's say, tactical fighter who isn't necessarily exciting. That I know that some people tried to make a comparison to, for example, Juntaro Ushiku, who is extremely unexciting fighter. But the last couple of last fights of Sato were, I would say, impressive, especially his last fight against John Sweeney, when he dispatched LFA champion. We know that right now LFA champion is a UFC contender, but being really honest, Sweeney totally wasn't a problem for Shoko Sato. Shoko Sato is a very experienced fighter. He is very strong. He has a very good grappling skill set, good ground and pound, decent, let's say, decent stand up. He could make a problem for Danny Sabatello by his strikes. And I would say he was maybe even leading this fight until Sabatello started to use his wrestling. But we know that Danny Sabatello is a great wrestler, by the way. So I think Shoko Sato can edge out a decision against Patchy Mix. But the second question about this fight is which Patchy Mix we will see in this fight.
I mean, let's just face it, Daniel. if he doesn't end up being like the Bellator version of Patchy Mix, there's no point in seeing him again. And I don't mean that to say that with any disrespect. Just saying, if armchair grapplers are basically saying you need to hang the fucking gloves up, I think that you either need to show them wrong or prove them right.
Um, my opinion is that I wouldn't judge that quick because I think that everything will be depending on how this fight will look like. Of course, usually the most important thing is a green square on the topology and Sherdog. It's like this. It's the most important on the West, but we know that Japan is a bit different, and even losing streak won't be an obstacle if you are giving good fights simply. But the problem is Pachi totally sucked in his all last fights. Slowly we are taking the Bellator Patchy mix, going to the level when Bellator Patchy mix is like almost like an urban legend, like Prime Fedor Emelianenko. So yeah, it will be a big question mark. We don't know how the weight cut to bantamweight will affect Patch's performance. We know that the loss with Kioma was in featherweight, but Kioma can fight both in bantamweight and featherweight. So I don't think it was a factor in that fight. If I would try to place my bet and just check what will happen, maybe I would place a bet for Patchy for a little money and let's go. Let's see what will happen in this fight. But being more honest and I would say wise and smart, definitely I'm going by the Sato's side. Sato will get it done probably, and if I would guess, it will be by decision.
Okay, fair enough. Honey Badger, what say you?
Yema takes Sato by decision as well. I think it's tough to cut weight, in a foreign country. It's tough to cut weight on the road. So I just think if it comes down to who's got more gas in the tank to give a stronger finish to steal that third round, might be Sato's time.
I mean, I have to again agree with both of you and say that. So, well, actually, I have to go ahead and disagree with this case because let's just face it, Choco Sato. Yeah, I know he's 39. Yeah, I know that he's on a big winning streak. Well, he's not that big. He fucking picked up and hit John Sweeney. That's no prize. With all due respect to John Sweeney, you got to gives a 1-1 against American opponents and bitten off a little more than he could chew. And this is going to probably lead to Sato's demise. I hope that. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say that this fight will go to a decision, but I mean, I don't know if y'all basically agree with what I'm saying, but hey, it's now we can go ahead and go on to the third card, and Ito versus Ali Bengazab. The Wari Warden versus First of all, he's 5'7", 100 pounds. He holds a professional MMA record of 20 wins, 7 losses with 11 finishes, 9 knockouts, 2 3 in the Fighting Federation. 29 years old on April the 17th. Ichi, ICH9, Moy, AYAISA. Sorry for all the spellings. I guess down to that, I should be spelling, but still, though, when it comes down to his opponent, the battle side, Ali Zama 6-1, all 6 of his wins by way of finish. Born July 12, 2000, he's 5 years old, representing fighting out of Istanbul, Turkey, by way of Makala Dastan. Now, as far as the main notes of this fight, I'm a Beautiful World by Hikaru Utada. Beautiful Yuki Ito is coming off an ugly first round with Carlos Alto. I asked you, Dean, and then you, how hard will it be for Yuki Ito to test?
Oh, you cut out there, bro. You said how hard will it be?
Will it be for Yuki to test Outback?
Yeah, man. I almost think it's the other way around. I think Yuki is the test because Gazamadov, doesn't have the most experience. We haven't seen that much of him, and he's just rolled through a lot of fighters so quick. It's hard to really get a read on him. He was bested by Oki Kubo, who's one of the better fighters in that division. So it's hard to really see exactly where he's at. I think he poses a lot of threats though to Ito. With what we know, the fight could go either way. But I see all the variables and all the unknowns kind of leaning towards Alabek. I think if he can get the takedown, I think he can get the win. Ito's put together some pretty good fights, and he's put together some good wins. When he's doing his thing, when he's against other strikers, he had a great knockout last time against Mota. But it kind of depends. I think a more well-rounded fighter. I think he's got his opportunities here, but I think a more well-rounded fighter can beat him because they can kind of exploit where they're better. And I think if Gazamadov gets him on the ground, that's probably what he's going to do. But he's been pretty good lately, man. He's proved me wrong a few times. So he actually is like a pretty good test. It's pretty good matchmaking, I think.
I think that Gachamatov, who is from Sambo, not from wrestling, it's a kind of important thing. So he, just from his base style, we know that he is well-rounded. We know that Ito prefers being on his feet, striking, and his and he usually is losing fights against good wrestlers. Because if we will take a look, we will see that he lost with Erson, he lost with Shinryu. Honda and Erson was 3 years ago, so I don't count it at all. And as Dean said, more well-rounded fighter will have an advantage, and the more well-rounded fighter is Gachamatov. Gachamatov, who also has very good striking power. So if he will decide to stand and bang against Yuki, we could see really real banger, really exciting fight, and maybe a fight of the year contender.
I see. But here's the thing, though. Alibek Gazamatov has not fought in almost a year, but he had a decent showing against eventual bantamweight champion Hiromato Gikubo last time. Did he look to bum rush Ito like his other previous opponents, or just play it simple like he did against Okikubo?
Could you repeat?
I was asking, should Gazmatov bum rush or look to bum rush Ito, or just play it safe like he did against Ogi?
But we know that Ogikubo is a kryptonite for a lot of fighters, and his wrestling skills being more precisely. So yeah, Ogikubo used his great wrestling base to win with Gachamatov, like he did with multiple other fighters, strikers, or let's say well-rounded guys. And but in this clash, Gachamatov will have maybe a slight wrestling skill set advantage, but I wouldn't place my bet that he will be full on the wrestling mode. He will turn on the wrestling mode. At least not from the first minute.
So what you're saying is Ali Baker's going to be a super grappler in this case, right?
Maybe not at all. Maybe I think that he will try to check his striking skill set against Yuki Ito.
Okay. Now, when it comes down to predictions, how do you think this fight is going to go? I mean, this is pretty even matched here when it comes down to Gazamatov's finishing power versus Ito's. But how do you think this fight's going to go? Who do you think is going to win? Dean?
I'm gonna take Gazamadov. I think he will try to test his striking. Just the difference is if he starts to get the better of the striking, the takedowns will be there. You ask if he should rush him. I don't think he has to. He probably would win if he did. If he just got stuck right to his hip like glue right away, he probably is going to take him down. But I think he will choose to strike with him. And if he gets a knockdown, he'll probably finish with a choke. Versus if Ito gets a knockdown, he has to kind of like step back like Crow Cop and wave him up. So we may see a submission finish, but it might be predicated by some strikes first from Alabek.
Okay. Daniel, what say you?
My other point about this fight is Yuki Ito, even matched with strikers like it was with Top Noi, he can uh, give a boring fights. But right now, uh, he has an opponent that he can force him to do much more effort because of his I think larger wrestling skill set. Uh, I would see that this fight can go to the distance, but if it will go to the distance, probably Gachkamatov will take it.
Hmm, fair enough. And I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Gazmatov gets a win via finish. But as far as taking it to a decision goes, yeah, that's also going to be Gazmatov too. You know how those. I mean, you all people, Daniel, know how those damn Russian fighters are.
Yeah, sometimes they are a bit, I would say, mysterious, but we could see enough of Alibek Gachramatov to say what he's able to do.
Okay, fair enough. And now I dread even going to this. Let's talk about the Japan Heavyweight Grand Prix. Hey, let's talk about the fact that you got Mikio Ueda and Tsuyoshi Sudario, who are the overwhelming favorites in the damn tournament. But Mikio has to face off against Ed Polo King, who at 2-0 is basically he's learning the ropes so to speak, about professional MMA. I'll give you the particulars on that right now. Mikio Ueda, 6'2", 238 pounds, 5-3, all five wins via knockout, 4-3 under Rising rules. He is 31 years old, born May 1st, 1995, representing Brave Gym out of Ota City, OTA, Ota City, Tokyo, Japan. Opponent El Polo King, 6'8", 260, 6 feet 8 inches tall, 260 pounds. 2-0 in Ryzen, 2-0 in MMA. Both wins via knockout, but he's now training under the same second as the one that Alex Perhelia has, Peniel Cruz MMA out of Patterson, New Jersey, USA, by way of Ikuno, Osaka, Japan. As far as Tsuyoshi Sudario versus Ryo Sakai goes, oh my god, what a shit show. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I don't even want to say it in a professional sense. We know that fight's a shit show. Uh, but I'll do my due diligence to read out the particulars. Sudario, 6'3", 261 and a half pounds, 9-4 with 8 knockouts. All 13 of his fights have been under the Rising Fighting Federation's superior rule set. First reference to that on this show. Repping High Rollers Entertainment out of Oyama, Tochigi, Japan. His opponent, what the hell are we even doing here? Rio, the Raging Bull Sakai, 5'11", 246. His official record, 15 up, 15 down with 10 knockouts. But he's 0-2 under the Rising Fighting Federation rule set, representing Ranger Jim out of Matsudo, Chiba, Japan, by way of Nikko, Nikko, Toshigi, Japan. My note on this fight, aside from my disdain in that second fight I just read, while Sudario and Ueda are the favorites in this is nothing more but a contest to see who's going to get squashed out of this damn tournament and who's going to lose to Alexander Sodotkin at year's end.
Yeah.
But considering Ueda, Sudario, and King are the three top heavyweights that Ryzen has to offer right now, trying to make this damn thing exciting. Dean, go first.
Yeah, it's a rough one, man. I'm usually all about the Japan Grand Prix. But in this case, they just, yeah, the heavyweight division is just, it's so thin. It's like, what does the winner even do? You know, they can't really go anywhere. So I don't know. I don't love it. The brackets kind of confuse me. I kind of thought we'd be getting Ueda and King Edok Polo in the finals, just because they were the only two really in the whole field that could do anything. I think there was even another fight um, out of another promotion that like the winner was considered
I
or
think
something like that.
in case, Dean, it was Yukinori Akazawa versus
That's
Kosuke
right. That's
Akazawa.
right.
Still, though, I get what you mean. It's like,
Yeah.
wouldn't you have rather have seen Yukinori Akazawa fight instead of Ryo Sakai?
Give me somebody who at least is new to the promotion, you know, and then at least if he gets slept, it's a new face, it's a new highlight. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think they were, I think they were expecting who's that huge guy to beat Sakai and maybe like get more popular, but
Was it
either
the
way,
Kaiju Killer? Was it the Kaiju Killer
yeah,
they talk
yeah,
about?
I think that's who it was, man. And he's kind of disappointed as well. You know, I don't know. It's a 4-man tournament too just doesn't have the prestige. Like if you gave me 16 bums, but you put them all in one night, now one of them's on a 4-fight win streak. It's great, you know. At least it's something to watch. You get some finality out of it. Like when I don't know, when one of these guys fights fucking Taka Kenshin in the finals, nobody's gonna care. You know, it's just it kind of I think it kind of lacks the depth. But to break it down, I think the first fight will probably be the best fight of the whole tournament, and it's not really saying much, just because Ueda can strike a little bit, and I think King isn't that bad. Plus, he's freaking huge, so there's always that chance he could just murk somebody. He just touches somebody who he's way better than from the start, and just kind of there's like that high variance fluke factor at heavyweight. So I think he could totally catch him. I think the longer the fight goes, he does risk, kind of losing rounds. But if I think if he stays upright and stays active, I think it's King's fight to win, man, the whole tournament. And at least he's big, at least he's marketable. The weight is pretty cool. I like that he's got like that traditional style and he's kind of like emotional about, um, his traditional background, but we'll see. This will be the toughest fight for him. Yeah, on the other side, we got Sidario, who is probably got the best record in the tournament, but it's a lot of trash. A lot of it was them trying to build him up, and a lot of it didn't always work so well.
I mean, to be honest, they were only trying to build him up because he had Instant Inoue at his side.
Of course, man. Shouts to Professor Ensign. This fight he probably can win, but like the chance that Sakai he's always got that puncher's chance being so huge that he could catch him. Um, I guess I'll go with Sidario to get it done, and then to just get destroyed by King Edok Polo in the finals. But I think Uda's the guy who might have the chance to take him out of the tournament because there's really no grapplers. But as Danny was saying earlier, do people really want to see this, or would you rather see some dude fly out from America, weigh in at 201 pounds, and then go like heel hook some 300-pound guy?
Are you trying to say that you want to be a part of this
Bro,
shit?
if they did a show outside of Japan, like I could fight Ryo Sakai. Like that's the commission would reasonably like clear that to happen. So I'm just saying, like, if I can reasonably fight one of your tournament fighters, you probably need to get a little bit deeper field. But yeah, the Grand Prix of only like I don't want like a weight limit that you have to go under. I want a bunch of minimums you have to hurdle over. Like you need at least a bench press, a squat of this amount. You need to be at least this weight. You need to be able to put away at least this many hot dogs in one sitting. Like put all these ridiculous like yeah, like stipulations on it, and just get me the biggest giraffe looking dudes you can. Get me a bunch of just failed basketball players and ex pro wrestlers, and just serve them up, dude. And put one little guy in there with some Muay Thai. Put one Thai dude in there.
I mean, like, what the fuck are you trying to say? Put some damn G Leaguers in there?
That would be great, man. That at least if you're gonna make it a freak show, go full freak show. I love Fight Circus. I love how wild it gets. So why not? And people love that, man. People loved the what was the one from Pride 3 where it was the sumo guy.
John Dixon against
It was Yarborough.
Daiju Takase.
Daiju Takase, yeah. That was a wild one, man. People would see that clip years later and get like invested in it. And like, they're cheering for the little guy, watching some
Oh, it wasn't a John Dixon. It was a Emmanuel Yarborough, the
Yes.
participant of UFC 1 or 2.
Yes. So yeah, dude, I'm all about the freak show, but because like you said, the division's just not deep enough. Like Soldakian runs over any of them. Is Ryan Bader ever even gonna fight again?
Shit. Fight, period, is the main question.
Yeah, but at least with the PFL, you're getting more of a roster, but like all those guys, like that come over, especially like those Russian guys, there's nobody in Ryzen that really has a chance against them. So if they merged, they didn't merge. MVP and PFL merged, but with the fact that they did that crossover fight, it got me thinking like, what if they did other crossover fights? Like they're really heavyweight. There's no chance. Like anybody from PFL would just smash them. So.
I mean, you got a point about that. Yeah, the PFL's heavyweight division may be shit right now, but still, though, any lower ranked PFL heavyweight can smash any of these four guys that are going to be fighting on this card.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Now,
so talk about how bad that is, but I mean, yeah, their heavyweight division. Yeah, unless they do something gimmicky, there's really no reason to watch it. But lately, at least it's going to be over fast. At least it's going to be wild. It might be fun to watch. So hopefully it won't drag the the pace of the card down too bad. We'll look at it and we'll say, hey, we had a great fight. We had 9 finishes, and we can kind of just gloss over them and move on. Hopefully.
Okay, Daniel, I'm sorry you had to wait so long to get your piece in about this because you know the most about freak show fights, considering where you're from and
Hmm.
what promotion you used to represent. But what are your overall thoughts about these two heavyweight fights?
I will try to do my speech as fast as possible, but before this, I have to remind two great things, two great tournaments from Japan from the past. The first one is 2000 from 2008, from deep Megaton tournament that Yusuke Kawaguchi won. I remember guy who's been fighting in overalls Itomo Ariyama. uh, yeah, it was absolute cinema, watching all these guys fighting each other. I think it was a 8-man tournament from what I remember, and beside, the winning prize, the winner took also food coupons. So yeah, great thing, one of the greatest thing in MMA, and they have almost closed the game by Sayaki is a great promoter, and nothing will change my opinion. The second thing is Super Hulk tournament by Dream from 2009. I don't like, the mixing up the actual athletes with
Be,
an actual freak shows. You
be,
had Gegard Musasi and Jose Canseco in one tournament.
you probably wouldn't even have known who the hell Jose Canseco was unless you have heard of that Super Hulk tournament, which, of course, I mean, I'm sorry, Poland doesn't understand American baseball, but still, though, he was a bit of an asshole before and after that fight against Hongman Choi. But still, though, basically, when it comes down, I mean, I hate to interrupt what you're trying to say. Please continue, Daniel. So I,
Okay, but the a lot of issues that I had with last year's heavyweight tournament was I took it as the tribute for the first two Grand Prix of Rising in 2015 and 2016.
mm-hmm,
And it was understandable for me, all that loanings from other organizations. But the outcome of this was a bit, being diplomatic, disappointing. Um, okay, this tournament totally sucked. But this year's tournament, it's maybe like a filler. If I would be Shingo, why I'm talking about the historic freak show tournaments? Because if I would be Shingo, I would take four more heavies from Japan. We know that that level won't be too high, so these fights will probably end up very soon. They are and they will be watchable at least, because as I said before, if you are trying to make some higher level heavyweight fights, it usually fucking sucks. So this tournament should be bigger, but the level shouldn't be higher in this case. And my outcome is that this fights will be very quick, because we have three heavy hitters and one guy who lost his fight. I believe it was eliminator against Taka Kenshin,
mm-hmm.
and one of these three guys. I mean, Sudario, I mean Ueda, I mean Kinkedok Polo will probably win this tournament, and it will be very very fast. And we should, as I said before, we should look at it as on the freak show fights, old school freak show fights, because it will be probably not very painful to watch for us, because it will be very very fast.
Oh yeah, of course. So, and when it comes down to this particular Grand Prix or whatever you want to call it. Again, there's a de facto alternate waiting in the wings for a fight. His name is Yukinori Akazawa, who most recently defeated in deep. You think that he should be getting in on this action?
At least
Yeah.
give him like a showcase fight, and then if he's not needed, we can just watch him style on somebody.
Oh yeah, of course. And it comes down to it. What are your overall predictions for this fight? Because we all know probably Ueda versus Sudario, the final fight of this tournament to see who gets squashed by Sadatkin. Say y'all, just for clarity's sake. I mean, Daniel, you want to do your predictions?
Prediction against Soldatkin. Yes. Soldatkin takes this without any problem, no matter who will win the whole thing.
Okay, that's easy.
Not very shocking.
Are they just paying him to not do anything, just to sit out for a year, or what?
I would probably think so. I mean, they haven't basically told him if he was ever going to fight again. He hasn't fought since December, or actually since September of last year. I mean, I hope he gets a warm-up fight in. He basically loses his talents. I just hope that he at least gets something out of it. But you know what? When it comes down to this particular fight, when it comes down to these two fights, all I just hope for is that Ueda and Sudario. Well, if it's Ueda versus King, I don't know. We probably might see the fight end via knockout, and who knows? So that's a bit of a toss-up. But as far as Sudario, yeah, who gives a Sudario's gonna win anyway. But y'all want to go ahead and move on so we can talk about something else?
Yeah.
Okay. And before I do move on, I would like to. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna let this guy speak.
Hello, I'm the boogeyman. Hello, I'm the boogeyman.
Yeah, you want to talk?
Hello.
Okay. You know what? I'm fucking done with this.
Hello, hey, I'm the boogeyman.
Okay, seriously, if you ain't got shit to talk about, please get the fuck off the show, or else I will kick you off myself. Matter of fact, still though, we can go ahead and move on now and talk about some interesting things. Like, for example, Kazumasa Maijima versus Jet Black Hercules Koji Takeda. For Kazumasa Maijima, the Mori grappler from Mori Dojo out of Shunan, Yamaguchi, Japan. He's 5'7", 145 and a quarter pounds, with a 19-6 professional MMA record. 17 of his wins via finish, 16 submissions. He's 5-5 in the Rising Fighting Federation, born October 16, 1991, so he's 34 years old. His opponent, Koji Takeda, 5'7", 156 and a half pounds. He will drop down to featherweight for this fight. He has a professional MMA record of 19 wins, 8 losses, 8 wins via finish, and is split down the middle. 8 wins, 8 losses in the Rising Fight Federation, representing Tribe Tokyo MMA out of Soka, Soka, Saitama, Japan. Now, when it comes down to these two fighters, both of these men are on 2-fight winning streaks. But Maijima holds the better finishing prowess. Will the judges even be needed for this fight, or will Takeda? Dean, you go first.
Yeah, it's kind of I think it's good matchmaking. You know, they're both kind of grappling oriented, but to different degrees. Uh, I think Takeda's a little more well rounded. He's kind of a grindier guy, and Majima's going to look more. He's kind of more like focused, not like reckless, but very, very focused on the submission. And if he doesn't get in control, the wheels start to kind of fall off. So I expect Majima to either be able to control him, maybe look for a submission. But if he can't, he might get beat up a little bit. We might see another spirited performance by Takeda, either getting a late stoppage or maybe stealing a decision.
Okay. Daniel, what say you?
Uh, give me a second. Okay. We are talking when we are talking about Majima against Takeda. I would say this is a really interesting match between two. I would say ground game based fighters, but we know that Takeda is more like he is a wrestler. Majima is very athletic but grappler. He's more focused on his typical grappling skills, but unlike, for example, Imanari, who is a great technician, Majima is more like a physical fighter, a physical grappler. Uh, and this can be a good argument against Takeda's fighting style because we know that wrestlers are usually very physically very well prepared, and yeah, but there is a possibility that Takeda will try to maintain this fight on feet at least during some part of this fight, and unfortunately, I could see this fight can go to the distance as well, because yeah,
Okay. It seems like
this
we have some
Oh,
audio.
our audio dropped.
what could you hear me?
Damn. I mean, I
Check,
can't hear you both now. I mean, what the fuck is going on?
check, check.
Check.
Hey, we're back.
We are back. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. Yeah. This is another great matched up fight where both fighters has their arguments in based by their styles, but I think it's kind of 50-50 bout. Both guys are uh, after the wins, if I'm not wrong, but I think I'm not wrong. So yeah, this will be at least I think this is a 50-50 type of fight where both guys can have some keys to the victory. Oh yeah, both they are both on a 2-fight win streak.
Okay. Okay. So when it comes down to this particular fight, who do you see getting the advantage?
Mm, let's say Majima.
Majima? Oh, right,
Majima.
because of the submissions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so impressed by how he controlled Gallagher.
Oh, right. Of course, because Majima's most recent fight was against James. Yeah, he submitted him.
Yeah, he smashed him, dude. He didn't let him breathe. Whereas Takeda took that last minute fight against.
He basically made him realize quick this wasn't Ireland, and you weren't going to get the home field.
Yeah, I think he's really stepped his game up. But Takeda's last fight was that last minute fight where he stepped in to fight Kolesnik. So that's why they gave him the extra weight, because he did it last minute. But I think he's pretty committed to featherweight. Did that guy that Kolesnik was supposed to fight, did we get an update on him, that Imoto guy?
Uh, you know who was fighting Victor Galactic?
Yeah, I saw he came back. He fought like last month or something.
Let me go ahead and do some on the fly research. Now,
Because when that car accident that took him out of the fight happened, that's like all we got was the translation car accident. But then somebody said something about like he was on some hold at the hospital. So I'm not sure if it's like you know, like the Lee sisters car accident in one FC, or if it was like he got in a fender bender, or if he tried to kill himself, or like they didn't really English language really had nothing about the whole situation, so I wasn't sure, but looks like he finally did return to fighting. So
yeah, I won't. I mean, I'm trying to do some damn research now, but yeah, I can't do anything. But still, though, I can assume homeboy is supposed to be. Holy shit! I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just basically all over the place here, especially after that jackass basically tried to hype the show. But yeah, most recently, Imoto fought against Shoma Yamada at Deep 132nd Impact back on July 5th. He knocked him out via third round TKO. So
yeah,
yeah,
maybe we'll get to see him. That was we kind of got lost in the weeds there. I guess I was just talking about how I was more impressed with Majima in his last win, whereas Takeda, like we were impressed and he won the crowd over, but he really had to like show his heart and like gut it out, and like Kolesnik still kind of disputed it, and the other win was and they're against different opponents for sure, but one win was very dominant, and so it's
hmm,
tough not to give him some credit, just the momentum I mean, they're both on, but that Bajima's on with that win. Um, I think he'll get it done.
okay. And Daniel, what say you?
The outcome of this fight,
Yeah,
the result. Uh, Hopefully Majima by submission, but if not, Takeda by the decision.
okay, fair enough. And now we can go ahead and move on and hold up. Let me go ahead and get back to where I was focused on. I mean, again, damn, that dude basically, forced me through a fucking loop. I'm the boogeyman. Who gives it? But still, though, point of the matter is now that we got everything situated, we can move back on and talk about a fight that I'm pretty sure is going to be the most exciting of all these fights on the card. It to be in the bantamweight division. It's Mr. Twister Joji Goto versus Beck, the Gladiator Timero, whose brother Ramazan just got. I don't know if he just got popped for PEDs or something, but unfortunately, I don't know if
Both.
he's going to be fighting for the next 2 years.
Did he fail again?
I,
Yes,
I
He
mean,
looked yoked, bro.
mm, I mean that fucking sucks to be honest with you because Ramazan bright future ahead. It just sucks that you won't be able to to relish it.
The guy that beat Ursig?
Yes, the guy.
That sucks, man. It sucks for him too, because like I think everybody kind of called it. Like the dude has a loss now and lost some brain cells, and like yeah, he can get it overturned, but his momentum's kind of like jacked up now too. So I don't know, man. Don't be so obvious about it. I don't know what to tell you.
I see. But we're here to talk about Joji Goto versus Beck Timarov. So here are the particulars. Joji is 5 feet 8, 134 pounds. He holds a professional MMA record of 20 wins, 9 losses, 1 draw, with 14 wins by way of finish, 10 knockouts. He's 5-1 inside the Rising Fighting Federation, 30 years of age, born March 9th, 1996, and represents Tribe Tokyo MMA by way of Sapporo, Hokkaido, Japan. His opponent, Azizbek Timirov, the Gladiator, 5'7", 134 pounds, 6-2 in mixed martial arts, all 6 wins via knockout, 1-0 in the Rising Fighting Federation. He is 27 years of age, born September 27th, 1998, representing Team Alpha Male and fighting out of Sacramento, California, USA, by way of Karshi, Uzbekistan. Now, the first part of these notes for Goto, this will be his first fight back since his title fight loss to Danny Sabatello on April 11th. Ironically enough, Timberov also fought on the card. But how will Joji be able to twist around somebody who can actually throw hands like Timurov, as opposed to somebody who legitimately has striking troubles like Sabatello? Dean, you go first.
Yeah, it's so crazy he has those 2 twister finishes, but they weren't in like a situation. It's not. He's not going to twister this guy. Um, it's an interesting fight in terms of their trajectories. I think it's actually good matchmaking too, because Goto's coming off the decision loss in the title fight. He needs to get back in the title picture. Tamarov picked up that big knockout kind of coming out of nowhere. I think he was a replacement, if I remember right. Got on the card, knocked out one of the better fighters in the division. Really shot his stock up quick. So it is kind of a good crossroads fights for where each guy's at in the division and in the title picture, if they're gonna move a step closer, further away. I don't know, man. I like Tamarov's performance. I thought he was getting outstruck, but it's kind of part of his body size, then also his overall game that he can rely on other parts of his game, but he does just have those big overhands that can always change the course of a fight. I don't know if he'll be able to knock Goto out, but I don't think Goto can take him down. And I think he's just going to keep getting clubbed. He'll probably get clubbed for 3 rounds, and I'm going to take Tamarov by decision.
Yeah, I see. Daniel, what say?
About this fight is one way ticket fight, I would say. The problem of Joji Goto is that, as Dean said, Goto has to take him down, but I don't think he will. Ramazan's brother, in his debut in Rising, knocked out a recent title challenger in bantamweight. So if you are making this kind of impact in your first fight for the promotion, you are clearly the next big thing. Honestly, I can't see too much chances for Goto in this fight, and the only question is if he will get caught by one of these very strong strikes by Temirov, or he will survive and he will make it to the decision. And that's my only concern. I may be wrong, but it is what it is. I think that Temirov is a heavy favorite in this fight. Actually, Goto fought not very long ago for the belt too, but it was one-way traffic fight as well. So yeah, it is what it is. But what I like the most in Azizbek Temirov's signing, that he lost his last fight before Rising against Erisbek Tilenov, and Tilenov is in Rising as well. So maybe in the future we will see a rematch. But yeah, at this point, I'm picking Temirov decision or a KO.
I see. And I mean, come to think of it, another one of the notes that I had when it comes down to this fight is that Temirov only has one fight in Rising so far. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm doing half-ass research, but still, though, he knocked out Ryuya Fukuda in his most recent fight. That was about a year ago. Well, actually, that was about 3 months. Same fight card that Sabatello beat Goto on. I mean, it could be plain to ask, would a finish over would a finish over Goto give him some future consideration fights?
Yeah, he's right in there. I think if he beats these two guys in a row, his next fight could be like a title eliminator fight.
Oh yeah, I mean, and wouldn't you say that this fight's like a title eliminator fight?
We know that the division is very deep. Maybe not that deep as featherweight, but still though, we have Sato against Pachi on the card. We have Goto and Temirov on the card, and we could see how the strong bantamweight in Rising is. But yes, it may be a title. It can mean a future title fight for Temirov if he will beat up another former title challenger. So yeah, it's. I would have to take a look on the roster and on the future matchups in this division, but I think that Temirov will be very close to the title shot. But being very honest, I think that Rising will aim for a rematch, Sabatello against Naoki Inoue.
And I mean, if they don't have that rematch at the ready, I mean, I know that a caller basically tried to play the boogeyman just moments ago, and right now they're blowing up the comments of this video like wildfire. But do you think that probably Tim Broad might be the boogeyman underneath Sabatello's bed?
Maybe. I think if it kind of depends on how Sato does, just because his opponent is such a more like famous guy. If he finishes Mix, you're gonna give him the title shot,
Hmm.
Whereas even if Temirov were to get like a crazy knockout against Goto, just the fame of their opponents, I feel like he's still young. He's early in his career. There's time for him. So I think this is like win number 2 of 3 on his way to getting the title shot.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. But I guess we're now all in agreement that Timirov is going to win either via finish or via decision, right?
Those are the only ways you can win. Finish or decision.
Oh, yeah. Because there's no way. I mean, even though, of course, Goto's.
DQ.
Oh, my God. No, 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 no. Delete. Let's just forget that shit even happened. I mean, I don't want to see nobody kicking or punching anybody in the ding ding. Oh, my God, man. Like, what are you saying, Dean? Oh my god. Let's just go ahead and move on. I don't even know where to fucking continue on with this. And right now, I'm just basically deleting comments from the YouTube feed, just basically bashing me. But you know what? Who cares? They're trolls. They are below me.
You gotta troll him back, bro. It's the only way.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. I mean, there's a lot of things I can do other than to go tell them to blow me. But I don't want to get this damn channel kicked down. I mean, I don't want to get this damn channel and Focus Fights in general deleted from all fight existence. So, might as well go ahead and keep going, as we got 3 more fights to talk about. First of all, Let's talk about the not so beautiful Golden Wolf, Joe Hiromoto versus Ryoma Jolly Shishimoto, which, of course, this fight might be fun to look forward to. Joe Hiromoto, 5'7", 126 pounds, 3-2 in mixed martial arts with one win via submission, 3-1 in Rising. He is 23 years of age. Why do people grow up so young? I mean, so fast, but act like such pricks? Anyways, born July 22nd, 2003, repping Gokikai, Goukikai, out of Adachi, Tokyo, Japan. His opponent, Representative Ryoma Shishimoto, otherwise known as Jolly. 5'7", 137 pounds, 4 wins in professional mixed martial arts, all via finish. Half of his wins coming in Rising. He is 20, 28 years, now actually 29 years old. Born April 23rd, 1997, represents fighter loading his deck for the King Rose. This is a fun fight to look forward to. Who would have win or two going forward? Dean, you first.
Yeah, so this is two of my favorite guys from last time out. Like I said, that last numbered card in the ring, Ryzen 53, was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys had great fights on it. They're two of my favorite kind of like young up and comers in that division. So they've kind of like got this like similar place in my heart, but I don't think they're of similar skill level actually. Um, the last time out, Joe Hiromoto was in a great fight. It was, I mean, round of the year, maybe fight of the year contender. It was so exciting. He ended up actually knocking his opponent down, getting the choke, but it was just this wild brawl. He got the submission, but that's really not his strength. Meanwhile, Jolly has looked so good lately. He's one of my favorite guys to watch. He's got a sick chest piece. Uh, he's a banger, and then he's really diversified his attack, and you can tell that he's kind of like intentionally added grappling and added jujitsu to his game. And we've, I mean, you see the effect of it. It was immediate. Each time out, he's doing more submissions. He's got more setups. Um, and he had another great one last time out as well. So even though I really like both these guys, I think their game's completely different. I think Jolly's way better on the ground, and I think that's where he's going to take it. And Joe's not going to be able to stop him from doing that. And even though I like both those guys, I'd prefer them in different matches because I think it's just going to be an easy submission for Jolly.
I have to agree with you. I mean, this dude got 4 finishes. I mean, I think they're either in the first or second round. There's no way he's going to let Ren Hiramoto's baby brother get up and try and make something out of this, you know? But that's my brief, that's my prediction. And
Oh yeah, I couldn't hear you because there was a sound cut once again. Yes, about this fight. First point I would like to say about it's the first fighter that we are talking about who is from Breaking Down series, because Jolly is from there. Actually, Jolly is a bit mysterious, still a bit mysterious for us because he won his two rising fights. Based on his rising fights, we know that he has good grappling skills. His specialty is armbar because he won his both rising fights by this technique, I believe. Yes, and about Joe Hiramoto, similar to his brother, he is a striker. So, from what we have seen, Of course, Joe is more experienced with a bit better opposition, but I believe this fight will have a similar role to the main event, where the fight will be uh, will when the action will be uh, the particular fighter will have an advantage on the ground. So far, Jolly would be better. Of course, otherwise, Joe Hiramoto will be better on the stand up position on his feet. But maybe we will be surprised by something that we don't know yet. But so far on the paper, this fight looks like this.
Oh, okay. Just wondering. I mean, obviously, when it comes down to this fight, this is probably going to be the more underrated bangers on the card. And I know that if Jay Wolf was on here, he'd probably gloat over the fact that, oh, you got Joe Hiromoto.
Well,
You
we
got,
lost your audio.
oh my God. I mean, can you even hear? I mean, now we got a bunch of fucking trolls coming into the damn feed. Uh, uh, what? Uh, we love us bingo. Do you want to say something? Oh my God. Hey, Daniel, when it comes down to this fight, I mean, what do you think? Do you think this fight is going to probably be one of the more underrated?
You have to repeat because I could hear only partially.
Basically, do you think this fight's going to be an underrated fight?
Hmm. I think it's a bit can be underrated because both fighters are not super experienced. Both guys don't have super impressive records against top opposition, but often this kind of fights can make a very big surprise in terms of not necessarily the level of competition, but the competitiveness. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how it will look like. And on the other hand, the before mentioned the question marks about both guys, especially Jolly's stand-up skills.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And now that we basically have everything under control now, I mean, I guess we can go ahead and talk about the penultimate fight on this card, the second fight opening up this fight card, and that would be the Joker, Naoki Tanaka, who is the former Rise 130-pound world champion, versus the true Breaking Dreamer, Ito, or I think Isa or Isa. Either way, it's Isa Hosokawa, not to be confused with former Japanese boxing star Valentin Hosokawa. For Tanaka, he is 5'9", 5 pounds, 3-2, with three of his coming by way finish, 1-1 in Robinson. He's 34 years old, born in June of 1992, June 24th, 1992. Fighting out of Fighters Flow, Koto, Tokyo, Japan. So, yeah, he's a hometown boy put in the. Let's just be real. His opponent, Issa Hosokawa, 5'11", 152 pounds, making his martial arts debut, even though he knew one, he lost the kickboxing 49 show to close. He is 8-3 in breaking down across kickboxing. He's 26 years old on April the 7th, 2000. Japan. Now, this fight's going to be a kickboxing fan and MMA fans afterthought. Look at the fight these two guys in kickboxing here, martial artist. Dean, you go first.
Yeah, I don't really know who this Hosokawa guy is. Is he famous in like another way outside of fighting?
To be honest, I don't like that I did due diligence research and found out the guy fought breaking down 11.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of just I see it. I don't know. Maybe they just couldn't find anybody to fight him because it looks like it's higher weight than Tanaka's fought at before. So I wonder if they're just struggling to find guys to fight him at a catch weight or something, or if he's just being straight fed to Tanaka, which I'm more leaning towards that. Either way, I think the former kickboxer's just gonna smash him up quick, and it's gonna be a nice introduction to him. They're gonna build him up slow for the Japanese fans.
I see. Dan, say your overall thoughts about these two guys.
Hosokawa is another breaking down, let's say, veteran. So this is the easiest reason to explain why he is even there. Of course, he fought in kickboxing against Sho Patrick Kusami. Am I right, or his brother?
Mason Hide or
Yeah.
something?
No. With Sho Patrick. Okay.
Oh,
Everything it's clear right now. And on the other hand, we have Naoki. As Dean said, he is fighting in the higher weight limit because it's the situation like when you have to match up two fighters from different weight limits. You are doing the catch weight, and this is the good explanation of this of this move by Rising. And Naoki scored two finishes in his last two fights. First one in March, another one in June. Both the first round knockouts. So he is not fatigued. I would say he is in a good shape. So they are trying to give him another chance in Rising, and they are doing it without forcing him to cut the weight another one. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what will Hosokawa show against a fighter who has a 5-fight experience in MMA. He is a well respected and very experienced kickboxer. And I would say Hosokawa, I'm not that hardcore to watch Breaking Down. I don't even know how to watch Breaking Down, not being in Japan. So it's a big question mark how Hosokawa will do against his opponent and in this catch weight. So yeah, we will see.
You know what? The thing that y'all mentioned the most is that, this fight is taking place at a catch weight of 152 pounds or 69 kilograms. So, this fight could be really interesting, but I don't see Hosokawa making it 5 minutes without basically getting wrecked by Tanaka. Like, I think this is going to end the first round, and it might as well just be one and done Hosokawa before if it doesn't support. But still, though, before I move on, I mean, Dean, what is your overall thoughts about this fight?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a finish with the strikes. Of course, the kickboxer's gonna
Most
give us
probably
what we want.
it will be the outcome. Maybe Hosokawa knows something that we don't know about, but this will be the most probably uh, results. But this, I can compare this fight to some mystery box. We don't know what to expect at all.
Mystery box. Don't you mean like opening Pandora's box in this case?
Pandora means trouble. I don't expect any trouble for any of these fighters because Hosokawa is an absolute beginner. So let's see what will happen.
Yeah, Pandora's box means like something strong and demonic might come out.
Oh.
That's not gonna happen.
For those who thought the wrong thing when it came down to me saying that shit. I mean,
Pinhead's gonna crawl out from hell and like win a split decision.
I mean, come to think of it, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing that's happened in Rise in the last 10 years. I mean, it'd be a one in a long line of weird ass things to happen in promotion. But still, though, now that we've officially talked about those fights, we'll talk about the fight that'll be opening the card. You did mention versus the underdog Kai Win Lee. Let me go ahead and give you the due diligence of some research right now. Aratsu Mizuno is 23 years of age on New Year's Day 2003. He is 6 feet tall. Under he holds a professional MMA record of 9 wins and 1 loss. This will be his rising debut, by the interim featherweight champion, and before that, before losing to rising veteran Jin Aoi world title, and he fights a Tokyo champ with 1 loss, 3 wins, quarter finish. So that basically just goes crazy. That his underdog Kai Win is an 8 overall with 15 overall with 10 finishes. He is currently 0-1 in the UFC tournaments and damned one championship. He represents team Una by way of Kai, and of course his most recent rising. Now, unlike all the other fights that first, what's so interesting about this fight from your perspective? You to
So I haven't actually seen Mizuno fight. What would you describe like his style as?
I would say the technical striker, most shortly as I can. Yeah, technical striker, maybe without very flashy, I would say firepower, but good fighter. He's a winner of featherweight Grand Prix of Deep. And finally, he has his chance in on the big stage. So yeah, that's why I'm really looking forward about this fight. And he's fighting against a well-experienced opponent, uh, as well, Grand Prix tournament winner, but in one many years ago. Also, he tried, as you said, one of you said before, he tried to enter the UFC by the road to UFC competition. So I think Lee Kai-wen will be a good challenge for the Arata for his first fight in Rising. One thing that I wanted to say, from what I saw, Lee Kai-wen said that before his debut in Rising against Ryo Takagi, he was ill or something. But yeah, we will see what will happen against another guy who makes his Rising debut. Mm, and we will see if it was only, I don't know, explanation that why he got finished in the first fight, or maybe that illness was a real a factor in his last fight against Takagi. But yeah, this will be a good question. Which Lee Kai-wen we will see in this fight?
Yeah, because he's a brawler. He really likes to mix it up. He's an exciting fighter. Good signing. Good signing for Ryzen. Kind of surprised UFC didn't want him just because he always gives, a highlight. He probably got knocked out by Ryo Takaki because he ran straight forward and he got punched in the face. So I think same thing, man. If this guy's got if Mizuno's got some power and he's a technical striker, this should be a matchup that favors him. One thing I don't like is Lee Kai-wen coming back so quick. He just got knocked out. Even if he has a reason he lost that fight, he should still let his brain heal because he's going to be just a little bit easier to knock out this time if he doesn't, take all the rest he can. And that wasn't that long ago. So, yeah, I'm going to lean towards Mizuno. Maybe we'll have a breakout star, man. Maybe this time next year he'll be selling out 15,000 seat arenas against former Bellator champions or something.
One thing that let's say, we are waiting for the first win of Chinese representative in Rising.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for here. That's exactly the jugular I was aiming for. No Chinese fighter from the People's Republic of China has won a fight in Rising in like the last decade this promotion has been around. I think you go all the way back to the first show when they had Yang Ming losing who retired on the moment coach went into a fight. But no Chinese fighter has won in Rising, and
Wow.
I think that might lead to some type of possible, should Kai Wen Lee win?
I mean, what a way if he won, if he, got a big knockout with a big punch or something. Be the way to do it. I don't know how Mizuno's chin is. I think, though, if he has a decent chin, he should be able to win this fight.
Yeah, you at least I win at least a fight.
My opinion is that Arata will probably win by the decision, as he used to. But the most important thing is to be patient against such a brawler like Lee Kai-wen. But I expect nice performance and just a fun fight between those two differently shaped strikers.
Okay, fair enough. And I guess since I'm gonna probably go ahead and say that, I'm indecisive about this, but I do think that Mizuno is gonna probably win this fight via decision if all comes to. I guess we can go ahead and close out. Which fight are you gonna be looking forward to? since we all know which fight, do you think that the heavyweight Grand Prix is going to have some legs for people? Dean, you go first.
Um, man, I like the opener and the main event. I think they could be kind of chaotic. Yeah, the main event for sure is going to have a lot of my attention. And then what were we? You asked about the heavyweight Grand Prix. Is it going to be worth a shit?
Yes.
No, I think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to, but it's heavyweight, so at least if we do get to see a finish, it'll be quick, hopefully. Um, and I think if King and Ueda do last a couple rounds, I think those are the two that could maybe do something technical and give it some legitimacy. So if that's the longest fight of the tournament and it helps, how do you say, it helps the legitimacy, I'm not against it.
Oh, my turn. Sorry.
Is,
My favorite fights on the cards. Okay, my favorite fights on the card are definitely Ito against Gachamatov. As I said before, Ito won't turn this fight into a point fighting because he will be forced just to fight by Gachamatov's style. Of course, Sato against Mix because we will know the answer in which place Pachi Mix career is right now. Of course, I'm always excited about Kiyoma Akimoto. We will see most probably who will be the next title challenger here, and a bit unnecessary pick Arata Mizuno against Kaiwen Lee or Lee Kaiwen because of two different striking styles.
Sorry about that. I mean, I realized that my damn connection was out of whack. But still, though, I guess you, Dan, you'll think that the heavyweight Grand Prix isn't going to be that bad.
I think it won't be if we will see two fast finishes, most probably by knockout, and wishfully thinking by maybe some superior rules at awesomeness.
Yeah, of course. Well, I guess that leaves me. I think that this fight's gonna probably. Well, I think that the fight that I'm probably gonna be the most looking forward to, outside of the main event and the co-main event. Oh, by the way, I think the fight that I'm gonna be looking forward to is probably Ito versus Alibek Samato, especially considering the fact that we got a traditional Eastern European finisher looking to go toe to toe with somebody who's very orthodox style. That's going to happen. Now, as far as the fight, I'm not looking forward to. It has to be in the heavyweight Grand Prix. Most Rio Sakai versus Suyu. Absolute shit. I mean, my God, Ryzen. How the fight work? All the other shitters, all the other stinkers that y'all put over. I mean, I think this fight has the potential to be worse. Osuna Rashi versus Bob Sal. I mean, Dean, tell me you agree with me.
It's pretty bad, but at least they're both like knockout strikers. So at least, yeah, hopefully it'll be quick. It'd be really bad if we had to put up with it for 3 rounds. Like, there should only be a 1-round fight. That should be in the contract.
Oh, you mean like
yes?
Rules?
It's hard to not agree.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think it should be 1 round like a breaking down fight?
Exactly. That'd be perfect. That'd be a perfect way to introduce breaking down rules. Is a real Sakai fight.
I can place my bet that none of this fight will last more than 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, the heavyweight Grand Prix is definitely not gonna last longer than 2.5 minutes. Nobody wants to see that shit. Not even though.
If
Mhm.
if anything, if one any of this fight will go to the distance, I'm pretty sure that we will have the worst fight of the year contender
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
this point.
Of course we will. I mean, not even Caleb Starnes versus Forrest Griffin could be that bad compared to this shit. And if you know your UFC like 2 decades ago, you would know how bad that fight was.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I guess seeing the fact that we just got done talking about this fight, you can check it out on Rocky for $20 standalone or $17 via the Rising Premium Pass. Again, it'll be taking place on Tuesday morning. Well, actually, late night Monday here in the States, early Tuesday for everybody else. And I think for you, Daniel, it'll be an easy way to see some breakfast and beat.
Yes, because it starts at 7 a.m. my time, and
Perfect.
moreover, I have a free day on Tuesday, so I'm 100%. I will wake up in the morning, despite I'm not used.
Understood, understood. But still, though, for those of y'all who want to check it out, y'all can check it out on Ryzen.tv. Get the premium pass. Get no, just get the standalone event or get the premium pass. Just be forewarned, you have to sign up first after buying the damn thing or before buying the damn thing just to get it. So, you know, hopefully you can make those $17 to $20 worth spending in this economy for a show that could be interested, or you can save that money for Super Rising 5 coming up next month. We're talking about this next, exactly like 4, maybe 5 weeks away from now, which is going to be September 10th. You know, that could be for too, but still, one more thing, one more item of business before we close the night out. To do with the Rising's future partnership. I mean, you may have heard, I'm pretty sure Daniel, this probably got you more than anything else for the PSO card on Long Island. Those valuable promotions are now partnering up together. And to see cars compete on MVP events, we can see whatever MVP has in store, fight Rising, or even Hall in Rise. But from then, what do you think this deal with PFL and MVP means potentially for Rise?
I got no info about the future deal because in my TV station we got just deals for 1 year, and we don't know if there will be an extension or not. Uh, usually it is not extended at each time. Uh, I know that MVP has some, in theory, some Netflix deal, but on the other hand, MVP MMA had just one goddamn show, and it doesn't mean they have a deal, the long term deal. Uh, I saw the official statement, uh, and there was some couple of words about current broadcasting deals of PFL. So it can mean that MVPFL will maintain the contracts with their broadcasting partners. It's very hard to tell what will happen after the January.
Yeah, because of course PFL contracts are supposed to be transferred into MVP contracts after New Year's Day. So who knows? Maybe at the New Year's Eve show, it might be the final time we'll see a PFL contracted fighter face off against a Rock contract, maybe with a title on the line.
Oh, who knows? Who knows? But we don't know yet if how it will be treated. Because 2 years ago, when Bellator uh, had a co-promotion deal with Rising, some American outlets and even Topology took this one part of New Year's Eve as a Bellator's event, which was totally silly and totally ununderstandable because it was basically a Rising event with Rising against Bellator match.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, all the broadcasting partners of Bellator had this event on, they could air the Rising event because of broadcasting deal with Bellator. So we don't know if this closest event will be like this. Most probably no, because we have only AJ McKee from PFL. But maybe there will be something on New Year's Eve. But there's a lot of time, so we can only guess if it will be or not. But can't tell you anything about it.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I do still to this day do not acknowledge the fact that the Ryzen 40 event was a Bellator show, because it's not. It's pure Ryzen. And, five fighters from Bellator that competed on the card fought on a Ryzen show. Therefore, Ryzen record to now. Dean, what say you? What about what about PFL and VP to report to Ryzen?
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I like that they're both willing to co-promote and work together, but PFL really had like a lot of people involved that shouldn't be in combat sports, that don't really know anything about it.
Like too many cooks in the kitchen?
Exactly. Whereas and they always wanted this season format and this traditional sports style, and I had all these outsiders trying to make like a sports season, and it was cool they put on shows, but yeah, the rest of it I didn't really like. Whereas MVP kind of just wanted to be a disruptor and just put on a show and kind of treat it more like contractors versus seasonal, like, hey, if you want to be on this event we're doing, you can be on it. They'll just pick up whoever wants to fight at that time. If they did it more consistently and had rankings and whatnot, that'd be cool. But I like that it can be like just a show. If somebody wants to put on a fight show, they just put one on, and any fighter who's available as a contractor should be able to. So, and that's really anybody outside of the UFC monopoly. That here's the thing: if you don't know, okay, so a fighter is a contractor, is an independent contractor, just like the roofer in your hometown. If I hired you, the roofer, I couldn't tell him he can't work on other roofs. The state would step in and say, "Hey, you can't do that." But for certain leagues that have a government sanctioned monopoly, you can get away with the gray area in fighting. So I like that MVP is still bringing in all these contractors, bringing in guys from KSW for, well, they didn't really co-promote, but still they've got the money and they've got the desire to give, good free agents a spot. And even if it's just a one-off fight, they don't have to sign them to a long-term contract. They could co-promote with Ryzen, just bring some of their fighters in for one fight. They could do like a theme event. So I kind of like the fact that they're They're more less about tying people up and just giving whoever wants to fight at that time an opportunity. So two very different business models. It's weird that those two are doing business, but if one of them has to survive, I would rather the MVP model just get more consistent and just put on more shows. Because I like the fact that he got some for that one Netflix show. He did have a kind of a stacked undercard with a lot of like really good prospecting. Like nobody was really like a famous guy. They were just really good fighters from that region that weren't scooped up yet. Um, Kind of reminds me of the first Ryzen that like cruiserweight tournament. Man, they did more in the light heavy like prospecting in that 1 year than UFC did in like a 12-year span. So uh,
True. It's true.
I don't love everything about the Paul brothers, but I like that they don't like Dana White, and I like that some of the things they do that piss him off is treat the fighters well and obey kind of the rules and the laws of contractual agreements versus trying to lock someone in as an employee, which you couldn't do, by the way, in any other industry, unless you had some pretty considerable pull there.
Mm.
One last thing about this show, I think this show kind of continues Ryzen 54. That is the kind of the theme that Sakakibara spoke of the Japan versus the world or the world war type fights. We've got 5 Japan fights, and then we have 5 Japan versus the world fights. Do you think Japan versus the world, do you think they're going to come out
I
3
mean,
or better wins?
we already agreed to the fact that Mizuno is gonna beat Lee, and then
Yeah.
everything is just gonna be well. Actually, Mizuno is gonna beat Lee. Akimoto is gonna beat Koike, and then the rest is gonna be thrown toward either American fight or
Yeah, I think cutting out.
Japan. You can hear. It's just the fact that when it comes down to this particular fight card, is world, especially considering the competitors from all over the world. Now, again, as far as PFL goes, or when again, I barely feel real quick. Yeah,
I am afraid I can hear you. I can hear you.
okay, let me go ahead and put you on mute then. Yeah, the point of the matter of what I'm trying to say is, the Paul brothers, especially Logan, but more so Jake, they are the most disruptive ass people in this world. They are the biggest pieces of shit under the age of 40 in this world, especially Logan and all the inconsequential shit that he did. And Jake is obviously guilty by association. But as far
They're
as
pretty bad, bro, but like what's the other side of that? It's
Dana
the
White,
fucking Epstein Island people.
yeah.
Like Dana White hanging out with fucking like the
Pedo-
worst, literally worse people than that. So I mean,
yeah,
God, we got nobody worth a shit.
yeah. I mean, you got the ball father basically hanging out with pedophiles, absolute disrespectful people. He's hanging out with the fucking two-term failure in chief of this damn country. I mean,
Scott Coker, come save us.
yes, of course. But still, though, point is, I have to give Jake Paul, and I hate giving Jake Paul all the credit of the doubt. But as long as he can make this thing feel like something that's actually worth watching, kind of like what the Netflix event was, I
Yeah.
would hope that this event actually become. I mean, I can hope that whatever happens in the future between PFL, MVP, and Ryzen becomes something to look forward to. Oh, and one more thing. No more uniform dress code. Be
Yes.
if you want to be different from the UFC, be like that MVP card that happened back in May. Let fighters wear whatever the hell they want. You
Yeah, you
know?
need that in football because there's like 11 dudes on one team. That's how you tell which ones are on the same team. A one-on-one sport, I think I figured out that he's fighting that guy. I don't need, they could be wearing the same color shit. I know they're fighting each other.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same shit that's ruining the UFC right now.
Exactly.
That's been obvious for the last decade. The thing is, when it comes down to what MVP and the PFL should do, get rid of the fucking takedown deal. No one wants to wear that shit, and I think only a few fighters can benefit off of you know, they can basically reap the rewards for that shit. I mean, I do think that if you want your fighters to stand out, let them dress how they want. Just don't wear
Yeah.
things that are too revealing, like Dennis Hallman Speedo trunks.
Those are Valet Tudo shorts, bro.
I know
Know your
why.
history. I'm gonna wear that shit next time out.
Oh my god. And watch, you're gonna end up being a fucking meme on some dark website or some shit. But
Maybe I'll toe hold one of the guys who loses in that heavyweight Grand Prix.
hey, you know what? You know what? Like I said, and like we agreed upon, you versus Rio Sakai would feed families. That much is for
Do
certain.
it. I would toe hold him, bro.
But other than that, I guess we go ahead and call it in this. You know, Daniel, what say you? How can people get in contact with you?
Okay. Uh, First and foremost, we can see this. My first channel is on Twitter /X. You can see my let's say login, and the second one is an Instagram, more of my private stuff, but also some recordings from my TV with my commentary. Uh, of course, I'm tweeting /Xing uh, a lot in English. Actually, the majority of my stuff, also some stuff in Polish, but you can use a grok to translate what I would like to say in my native language. And I think that's all. I have a Facebook, but I don't actually use it only for the messenger purposes.
Okay, fair enough. Now, Dean, what say you? I mean, obviously, I don't know if you got some big fight news coming up. Obviously, you just went through some injury issues. I mean, can you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, I did get cleared actually to resume training, so hopefully maybe later this year, maybe around October, November, we'll have some news. We've got a local fight here in Pueblo, Colorado, end of August. So still a few weeks away. AJ Rob's going to fight for the pro featherweight title here in Colorado. So we're looking forward to that one. And then we've got a battle MMA with some heavyweights, pro heavyweights coming up. I think early October. So be uh, be a real shame if one of those guys got injured and got Imanari rolled in 5 seconds.
Yeah, of course, of course. That would be a real shame. But, just for the uninhibited front range fighters, I know you don't like putting over yourself, but can you at least tell
Yeah.
us about that?
Yeah, we'll be doing some coverage for sure. You can check out Front Range Fighters, plural with the S, Front Range Fighters on YouTube and Facebook. We'll put any videos we have up. We've been, networking and interviewing some local athletes. So hopefully a little bit more coverage of the Rocky Mountain region. If you check out Front Range Fighters, and then I run the IG page for Americana Geese. If you need a gi, hit your boy up.
Yeah, but other than that, we know you can't really talk about yourself personally because you're banned personally from every other social
And
platform.
band like affliction.
Good one. But also, basically, if anybody wants to come see you, they can just get ready to roll on the mat with you.
Come to open mat. I'm there. There, bring your mouthpiece.
Well, I guess that leaves me. And like I said, aside from all the idiots, trolls, bums, bigots, and haters that basically infiltrated the comment section of this video, with the exception of Sogo Kaku, who is basically saying, oh, why is he banned? Well, I think when it comes down to, some of these trolls, Mr. Jewett, Charles Jewett, which, oh, by the way, let me see if I got Sogo Kaku on. No, actually, I don't. But yeah, you can check out all of what we have in store in the description of this episode, oh, by the way. And, be sure to check out all of what I have in the description as well as. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Let me go ahead and put over the new Focus Fights audio. Ah, damn it. I forgot. It was up there for a little bit. It was in the first few comments. But still, though, point of the matter is you can check out the description of this episode. You can check out the description of this podcast, and you can put that over and see if you can scan the code, right? Well, actually, if you can pause this video, copy and paste, do whatever, just basically check that out. Or better yet, if I can get it up, see, you can check out the QR code in the top left-hand corner of your screen, or you can just check out the audio description if you happen to be listening to the podcast version. But still, point of the matter is this was fun, and I really hope that y'all do check out Ryzen 54 coming up next week as we're basically doing this. I'll probably get this episode out this weekend, but still don't. It's like I said, this was fun to do. This was fun to talk about. And it'll be even more fun to put over in the review. And obviously next month when it comes down to Ryzen. And I just want to get a few more shout outs in before we close this out. If you want to check out all of, damn it. See, I'm just basically messing things up. I mean, I know y'all want me to close, but still don't. It's hard for me to do so. Still don't. If you want to check out Itrip from the City Life Project, you can check him out. You can, you can basically check out all of what Daniel and Dean has. You have Top Hat. I mute that again because y'all can't hear me. And you can check out all of the hijinks that Andrew Benjamin has over on the
Shouts to the Atkins diet.
because all what Andrew has in store, you can check out on the platforms you see on the screen, or you can check out the description of this show. And also, like I said, join the Focus Fights audio Discord server. It is right there on your screen. Basically just copy and paste, do whatever after you do, pause the video, whatever, but still don't. You can check out all at once in store there, but still don't. Aside from all of this, and it's been 2.5 hours of this podcast already, but that's about it from us for now. We thank y'all for joining us on this special midweek edition of the podcast, and hopefully y'all will enjoy Ryzen 54 because this is really an incredible show to look forward to, especially with what's coming up next month. I guarantee you it's going to be an even bigger show. That's about it from us for now. We thank y'all for being on. For Daniel,
Okay, thank you very much. I'm just going to my PFL notes and see you soon, very soon.
I mean, we're just
Goodbye.
ending the show here, but still, though, for all of those people and all of y'all, I say thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Peace, my peoples in one love world. Protect yourself at all times. Keep fighting because you'll never know who might hear your story. And once again, just to put this over for the final time, Rising 54 will take place from the Tokyo Arena in Tokyo, Japan, exclusively on Rising.tv, August the 11th. The fight card will begin at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. Check your local listings for time in your area, and we hope to see y'all there. And deuces, we out. Talk to y'all next time.